Biker Dad is brought to you by UpstateBikerLawyer.com and Tom Schimmerling, founding member of the National Academy of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers. Have you ever sat at your job and thought, what if I just got up and left? Tell that horrible boss to take this job and shove it. Have you ever wanted to just walk out? What about burnout? Well, that's exactly what I did, but I didn't just quit. I left my 25-year corporate career to ride motorcycles and tell your story. Daytona Beach, Florida, where you can actually drive onto the beach. Rick Fairless, a legend of his own, introduced me to Richard Rollins, Mayfield, Kentucky. Southeast Missouri, beautiful city of Knoxville, Tennessee. Gulf Coast of Mississippi, Florida coast and the Tampa Bay area, Orange County Choppers, Roadhouse and Museum, talking to Paul Tuttle Sr. himself. But make no mistake, this is not a show about motorcycles or even about me. Instead, I travel across the country to meet the people who use their passion for motorcycles to make their communities stronger, safer, and better. This is Biker Dad. Hi, this is Chris Best, and I left my 25-year corporate career to ride motorcycles and tell stories. And this time, this adventure brings me here. And I'm pretty sure you know what this place is. It's one of the most storied places in all of motorsports. And I gotta tell you, stuff's about to go down. It's gonna be awesome. I get to do this a lot on the show, to say this quite a bit. I get to do something for the first time that I've never done before, and it's gonna happen right here at the #1 racetrack in all of America. We're at Watkins, Glen, and I'm about to do something that I think is a little bit nuts. It's gonna be a ton of fun. Just remember, this is a closed track with a professional rider, so don't try this at home. Who am I kidding? There's nothing professional about me. The track is closed, and if you get a chance to try this at home, don't be stupid. Do it. Let's roll. Let's go check out Watkins, Glen. All right, we're at Watkins, Glen, and check this out. That's where all the professional riders come and race every year, but you can come out here on your Porsche and your Mustang and maybe even a motorcycle once in a while and race the course yourself. It's pretty crazy. These guys spend so much money on their cars and then often just crash them right into the wall. So I guess that's just part of the deal. If you got the money to burn, come on and have some fun. Porsches may be fast, but what do you think about a Harley with a 103? Maybe throw a turbo on it. We can catch up with that guy in the green one right there. Watkins Glen is one of those places I've just heard about all my life and never thought I'd be here. In fact, I didn't think I was gonna be here today. I just found out a couple hours ago that we were coming here. It's pretty awesome. One of the coolest things that I've seen so far as a biker is just getting here. The road here is amazing. It's twisty a little bit. You don't have to ride too aggressively. It's a nice chill ride. Come around these sweeping curves and you go up a hill or down a hill. They're 100-year-old plus barns, those old red barns that you hear about but never see. They're all over here. In fact, I bet most of the barns here are older than the Harley-Davidson Motor Company. It's just awesome to see that. And then when you get here to Watkins Glen, you're out in the middle of basically cow pastures and cornfields, and you come around a corner and you see a tiny little peak of it over the trees. Once you get back behind those trees, here it is, this massive motorsports complex. We're here at the boot of Watkins Glen, one of the most storied racetracks in all of America, and we're out here with a Harley instead of a stock car, and just checking out what these guys can do in their Porsches, and just dreaming about catching one of them on the Harley. That's a whole lot of horsepower. I don't think we're gonna be able to catch up with those Porsches here on the boot at Watkins Glen. It's pretty awesome to see these things whip by. I don't know how fast they're going, but it's about 3.5 miles of twists and turns. Sounds like a lot of fun for somebody on a motorcycle. I don't know how often they let bikes out here, but I know they've done it before, and maybe I can talk them into it the next time I'm up here. Dale Jr. has stood right where I am right now. That's pretty cool. So even though I got to go on the track but didn't ride on the track, and I definitely didn't beat those Porsches out there on the 103 Harley. I did get to come into victory lane here at Watkins Glen, and it's an amazing honor. It's awesome. Thank you guys at Watkins Glen for letting us do this. Wrapping up our tour here at Watkins Glen International Raceway, and I just got to tell you, you can see everything from up here in the spotters tower. Thanks again, Watkins Glen, for letting us have this little VIP tour on a nice, beautiful Thursday when the Porsches are out instead of the NASCARs. Maybe next time we'll be here when there's a stock car race, or when we get down there on a motorcycle. All right, it's 100 degrees here in Alabama. As you can see, it almost sweaty. My daughter Allie Cat's here with me on a mission to help a friend. We got 2,000 sports loaded up in the trailer in the back of the truck, and we're heading to about 20-25 miles from here to my flagship race. Just gonna button up all the mechanical issues for us for free, so we can get up there and be in 2 weeks. So here we go. Yeah, when you see my truck with the trailer on it and there's nothing on the trailer already, by now you probably know what's going on. Some shenanigans are afoot. Yeah, I'm buying another motorcycle. Don't tell the wife. It's right there. But this one is for a whole different reason than normal. This one's for a huge surprise for a really good friend of mine, and my friend Tony Sawyer at Bob's Downtown Diner and Noel Leonard Biker Lawyer are helping me out to surprise a friend who really wants to ride. And you'll see how this all went down and her reaction coming up. All right, here it is. I normally would not buy a Sportster, but this is not for me, and I'm not reselling it. So here we go. My friend Meredith, I hope, is gonna love this, but she has no clue that we're picking it up for her, has no idea that we're doing this. And Spike's not gonna look anything like this when we're done with it. It's gonna be way cleaner and, spoiler alert, way blacker than it is right now. It's a Sportster 883 2000, so it's 24 years old. But these are great bikes, and it's a great bike to start riding on because it's low profile, has a smaller engine, so you don't have to worry about all the torque and stuff that you get from a 1200 Sportster. I do not recommend those as a beginner bike. They set up really high and they have a little too much power, to be honest with you. But this bike is perfect for a woman who's learning to ride, or anybody who's learning to ride. So we're gonna get this loaded up and get it to my friend Cool Breeze over in Daphne, which is about 20 miles from here. We're here at my friend Jason's house. He goes by Cool Breeze, and we're checking in on the 2000 Sportster 883 project. We brought it here looking like a mess, and he's already got it looking pretty much like brand spanking new. And Jason was even suggesting, hey, why don't we just leave it white? I'm dressed appropriately for the occasion today. It is a beautiful pearl white color, but screw that. I don't like to be boring, you know, I can't leave it well enough alone. And this is for my friend Meredith Hicks, my friend Tony Sawyer, Bob's Downtown Diner, and Noel Leonard Biker Attorney, and my friend Joker over in Theodore. He's painting the bike for us black, so we're gonna go from white to black. Yeah, black is cliche for a Harley, but two things. I know Meredith loves black, so she's getting a black bike. She'd like this just the way it is, but it's gonna be even better black. What she doesn't know, there's a big logo of hers on the tank, and then we're gonna put some emblems that we make custom for her on the fender too, so those are gonna look really awesome. But Jason's already got this thing looking fantastic. This bike is 24 years old, but it has pretty low mileage on it, and it seems to be in great shape. And now we're just gonna fix it up a little bit more, maybe put some handlebars on it, paint it black. I'm digging these white grips. We're gonna keep those because, like me, Meredith is a huge fan of the Vans, and these are the Vans bicycle grips on this bike. I have them on one of my bikes too, and they're awesome. This bike is perfectly fine just the way it is, but we're gonna biker dad it up and Meredith fix it up and just make it look perfect for her. I wanna keep it. Hi there, this is Chris Best, the Biker Dad. I'm just here to let you know that myself and the hundreds of thousands of people who follow us on social media and watch the TV show are here to help. Do you need help with something? Give me a call. That's my number right there, 251-402-6392. Especially if you need legal help, I have an army of lawyers across the country who can help you with injuries after motorcycle crashes especially, but other stuff like crime and everything else too. So give me a call, 251-402-6392.
Upstate biker lawyer Tom Schimmerling cares about the people and communities he serves, so he reminds you to be mindful on the roads this summer. Whether you travel on 4 wheels or 2 wheels, look twice, save a life. If you are involved in an accident, call Upstate biker lawyer Tom Schimmerling. You pay nothing unless he wins your case. With over 35 years of handling personal injury cases related to motorcycle accidents, Tom knows and he can help you. Go to upstatebikerlawyer.com and call today.
Hi, this is Chris Betts, the Biker Dad. I've never been in a major motorcycle accident, but I know if I do, Tom Schimmerling and upstatebikerlawyer.com have got my back. Biker Dad is brought to you by upstatebikerlawyer.com and Tom Schimmerling, founding member of the National Academy of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers. Hi, this is Chris Betts, the Biker Dad. We are at Mobile Bay Harley-Davidson in Mobile, Alabama, and no big deal for my buddy Noel Leonard, biker lawyer here, but we have a special guest who, what is it, I think 1,200 miles from Binghamton, New York
Something
to Mobile,
like
Alabama. Tell everybody who you are.
I'm Tom Schimmerling, upstatebikerlawyer.com, and we practice all over upstate New York and Pennsylvania, representing people who have been injured in motorcycle accidents.
I'm Noel Leonard, personal injury lawyer, biker lawyer, office in Foley, Alabama.
Tom, tell me a little bit about your experiences. I know sometimes some of those other guys have already gotten in there and stuff. How do you use a relationship with your Harley dealer to help your firm?
Well, we have like a lot of different Harley dealerships around, around upstate New York. So generally have very good relationships with them. We've had accident scene management classes that we sponsored right in the Harley dealership itself. Most of them are very, very friendly, welcoming. It's been a good relationship.
Yeah, you've got to be involved in the community. I've only sponsored one of those classes, one of the accident scene management classes. I'm the newest member of NAML, not even a year in. But I've already done one, hoping to get with Courtney and do them down here. I also took the class myself. Surprised what I didn't know, and I've said this before, the life you save might be mine.
Well, we have a lot of events that we're doing all the time, and that's really the best way to get to meet people in the motorcycle community. And they remember you. They know you supported them, and they'll support you. It's important.
Hey, if you see us wearing this stuff here on the Biker Dad TV show and you think, oh, that's cool, I'd kind of like some of that, well, you can get it. Just go to tvbikerdad.com and click on the shop at the top of the page. We got everything from coffee cups, t-shirts, and a whole lot more. It's tvbikerdad.com. Now here's the Biker Dad Bike of the Week. Bike of the Week. Wow, this thing looks awesome in the sunshine. I'm here at Mobile Bay Harley-Davidson, and this is our Bike of the Week. It's the Tobacco Fade Lowrider ST. That's the FXLR ST for those keeping track at home. If you've been watching my videos about riding these bikes the last few years, you know that the Lowrider ST is one of my favorite bikes. The fixed fairing throwback from the 80s FXR kind of bike. But this one is special. It has this beautiful paint job. This is called Tobacco Fade. It's inspired by Guns N' Roses guitarist Slash and Gibson guitars. And it's just the beginning of this bike because looks aren't everything. So let's go for a ride. We're heading out on a Lowrider ST Tobacco Fade. Tighten up my camera here. Lowrider ST is definitely one of my favorite Harley Davidsons. Blast to ride, and this one looks fantastic too. We'll talk about that as we ride it down the highway. Big V-twin engine, plenty of torque, gets up and goes. Nice roady exhaust, even though it's a stock exhaust. Back in the 80s, these fairings, which are like sought after now, especially the original ones, people would just take them off the bikes and throw them away. And if you can find one, or an original one, and say throw it on like a street bob or something like that, then you have a hell of a bike. It's pretty cool. Digging this bike, man. I just need to get out from behind this van so I can give it some gas. So I'm going to give you a peek in there. You can see through the GoPro, this is a fixed fairing, which means it's not, when you turn the wheel, the fairing stays in one place, kind of like a road glide. Smaller, lighter fairing than a road glide. There's no stereo. They do make aftermarket stereos that stuff right in here. And you can see it's got the little indicator like all the Softails rather than the big screen like the touring bikes. Big difference, even though it has a fairing, it doesn't have any of that stuff, which is one of the reasons it stays light and nimble, obviously.
$117 cubic inch engine. Look at that primary gleaming in the sun. It looks beautiful.
This is what really pops about this bike, is this fixed fairing. It has like an 80s throwback look with some modern touches. Those flares on the fairing and this gas tank really set off this tobacco fade paint job. Don't worry, we ain't smoking. The only thing you're smoking on this thing is the tires. The Lowrider ST is part of the Enthusiast collection. Do a couple special bikes every year, and the Tobacco Fade Lowrider is one of those special editions. This is one of the elements of the special paint job. The paint is so good you can see me in the reflection more than you can, but that is a guitar pick with the Harley Davidson logo on it. And what I really love too is these copper mag wheels really look great with this black and the Tobacco Fade. Big air intake, sucking enough air for that 117 to breathe and get everything it needs to pull out that power for you. This one is all blacked out with a little bit of chrome on the push rods, and that's really about it. Lowrider ST comes with these hard bags. They're easily detachable. You can pop them right off so you can just show that beautiful Softail, but I really like these one-touch bags. Harley started a few years ago. Put them on the Lowrider ST in one touch and they're locked back up. I always give this a shake anyway just to make sure that they're locked up before I take off. Hey, and if you think I have some kind of special access, they just let me come and ride these bikes here at Mobile Harley Davidson because I'm biker dad, I'm not that cool. You can come ride this thing too. All you gotta do is come down and ask, and if you come down because you saw it as the bike of the week, just ask to see the Biker Dad Bike of the Week. This is a low. Biker Dad's on TV every week right here, but where we got our start really was the Facebook page. There are over 300,000 of you following us there. Please go like our Facebook page and you'll keep up to date on everything from my rides to my quirky little weird things I do every day, and get a lot of funny memes while you're at it. In fact, a lot of people come for the memes. So go check out TV Biker Dad on Facebook. Hey, this is Chris Best, Biker Dad, with the Biker Dad television show, which you can watch all over New York State now, thanks to Tom Schimmerling and UpstateBikerLawyer.com. Welcome to Red Rocks Harley Davidson in Las Vegas, Tom.
Las Vegas, Red Rock, love it.
So we're here for the National Academy of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers. One of the first questions I get when I reach out to attorneys, and it's just a natural question, is do you have to ride to become an enamel member? And right now you're not, but you're thinking about it and you are like exploring classes.
I have my permit now.
Oh, wow.
I got it in mail like 3 or 4 days ago.
Oh, congratulations.
And, you know, I go to a lot of the biker events, and the more of them I go to, the more of them I've gone to, when everybody takes off on their bikes, I think, wow, that looks like fun. Why am I not doing this?
You're right. It is a lot of fun.
Why am I not doing this? And so finally I decided last summer, to make the plunge, get my license. And it's kind of interesting how it happened. I was going up sometime in the middle of July, I guess. And we were sponsoring one of the accident scene management classes. I think it was the one in Cayuga County or Oswego County. I'm not 100% sure. Which class it was, but I started listening to YouTube videos that prepare you to take the test, and it's complicated. I mean, just because you represent people like I do, it doesn't mean you know all these little intricacies, that you need to know, to get your permit, to get your motorcycle license. I started listening to them, and then, and this is a sad part of the story, in the space of 3 days, I took in 2 of the most horribly injured, cases involving 2 horribly injured bikers. And number one, that was taking my time to take care of them, but also maybe hesitated, okay, maybe this is a sign. I don't know. Here I am, and horrific injuries. One case is resolved, one is going to be going on for a while. But so I backed off for a couple months. But after I thought about it, I started studying again and took the test and aced it. Did very well. I was very proud.
Awesome. Congratulations on that. Our Back on Two stories are brought to you by UpstateBikerLawyer.com and Tom Schimmerling, founding member of the National Academy of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers.
How you doing? I'm Rex Covington, also known as Lone Star Rider, and I've been on the road for over 5.5 years raising awareness and money for the cure to diabetes in memory of my son. He was one of these guys that was very athletic, played soccer every weekend. He was running marathons, doing all kinds of stuff, and when he turned right around 21, he was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. He went to the hospital, almost died then, and he was able to control it and everything. But about 8 years ago, he started having problems with it, and he had a low blood sugar incident, and he crashed his car and died in a fiery car crash. Well, he was a bartender. We went riding. We even went riding. We flew over to Germany, rented motorcycles, and we used to ride in the Texas Hill Country all the time. He was riding everybody liked him. The first year I sold everything I had. And that's how it supported me, because everything that I collect goes straight to the American Diabetes Association. I don't touch any of that money. Everything that I collect and goes to them for research, because I want them to get rid of this disease. That's our agreement. So everything that goes in, and they have like a 13% overhead, that everything that goes in, takes care of, whatever they have to do for operations. Well, I usually eat restaurants where I sleep. State parks, national park, Cracker Barrels, truck stop, behind police stations. If you ask the police, they'll say, "Oh, just stay here, park here." Yeah, this thing pops up and I sleep in it. So most nights. Awesome. I get a hotel maybe 3 or 4 times a month, but that's kind of getting down lower because it's getting really expensive. So.
Oh yeah.
LoneStarRider.com or go to RidingForACure.com. RidingForACure.com is
In New York, Biker Dad is brought to you by Upstate Biker Lawyer and Tom Schimmerling.
I was involved in a serious accident with a drunk driver. It was actually a wrist injury that had really came, from the accident. I do promotional modeling for motorsports. I also actually race semi-professionally as well. I had 3 surgeries altogether. Because of the accident, I actually haven't raced in about 2 years. So I knew Tom Schimmerling from previously. Tom Schimmerling was easy. He did everything for me and made it, very seamless. I was very satisfied with Schimmerling Injury Law and the settlement that they were able to get me.
We're the Binghamton, New York Hog Chapter, and you're watching Biker Dad TV.
Now, a Biker Dad road trip. I can't find them. Tonya, Allie, where'd you guys go? Tonya, Allie, I lost my wife and daughter. We're inside the secret meeting room for the Freemasons in this massive temple in Mobile, Alabama, the ruins of a once great secret society. And we're getting an inside look at this building that has become open to the public because it's for sale. This is the former meeting room. It's vast. You can imagine the number of people that fit in this room and what went on here for who knows how long. This is the massive ballroom that much of the public has seen. They have Mardi Gras balls here for decades. Mobile, Alabama Mason's Temple. One of the things that's still here is the art of the secret society. A lot of conspiracy about what these symbols mean and what they do in rooms just like this. This building is huge, several stories of halls, meeting rooms, and dripping ceilings. Antique furniture still hanging around. It's dark in much of this place. A little bit creepy. And you feel a soft spot on the floor, makes you a little nervous too. You go upstairs, apparently you can get up on the roof. This must be Alley Cat, not Scary Cat. Wow, this is really interesting. I think we're getting near the roof. Feels like it's open. Yeah, there might be some drywall or old plaster or whatever caving in here, but this is an incredibly solid building. Most of it is cement floors. And everywhere you go, there's just more and more. Look at it. What do you think, Allie? Creepy?
Yes.
There's even more stairs. That way. Oh, it's an old-timey elevator that I'm sure is not staged. And that looks like that's the elevator mechanism. I can hear. Wow, that's a huge crank on that thing. Tonya. Allie. I lost my wife and daughter. And suddenly this is turning into like the Blair Witch Project. I just saw them go this way and there are footprints. But I can't find them. Tonya! Allie! Where'd you guys go? Kind of lost in this thing alone now. Hello? Not sure I can get out. I guess just keep going down. Oh, that's dark as hell.